17.
Do you love watching television? If you're on a fixed budget, you need to make this free call right now to Dish and find out how you can get a fixed monthly price to watch all the television you want for 3 full years. In addition to a 3-year price guarantee, you can also get free monthly movie rentals. They give you one free movie rental every month. That's a $165 value, yours free. Plus, get free in-home tech visits, no-cost equipment replacements, a free voice remote, and you can watch commercial-free TV. Even access all your favorite apps to stream like Netflix, Amazon Prime, YouTube, and more. Now is the perfect time to call Dish. Take advantage of the 3-year price guarantee. Save yourself some money, and all your equipment is free. Call right now.
800-586-4206. 800-586-4206. 800-586-4206. That's 800-586-4206.
Hi there, this is Kirby
NPS.
Scoper Realty here in Las Vegas. Real estate is always changing. Be it a buyer's market, a seller's market. At Scoper Realty, it's your market. Buying or selling, we have the team and the tools to work the market so it works for you. We are excited that we're on the Wayne Coy Show. Our results blessed us with the Zillow Flex partnership roughly about 2 years ago due to our consistent conversion and customer service scores. With conversion, that means we can close. And with our customer service scores, you know you're going to get the best service possible. We're always looking for agents led by mentorship, resources, and experience. We are your guide. Find us. Kirby4U.com. That's KIRBY, the number 4, the letter U.com. Kirby4U.com or call 702-766-9538. Again, 702-766-9538.
Live from Las Vegas, this is the Wayne Coy Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wayne Coy!
Hi, I'm Wayne.
Oh, Mr. Wayne.
Hi, Mr. Wayne.
Wayne.
And Wayne is just shy of the touchdown.
Never made it, but we tried. Hey, what a big day today for the Raiders in the draft. I don't want to give anything away, baby Gronk. I didn't call that back in March, baby Gronk. Mike Mayer from Notre Dame is a Raider. We'll go way deep on all of that in just a little while. Expecting a visit from the commish. He was here last night. He's got a lot more to talk about, of course, tonight because, well, there's a lot more to talk about. We've had the second round. Into that, deep into that. And excited. I didn't think I would be, but I'm actually starting to get a little pumped up about our football team. All right. A little earlier today, a conversation that I want to share with you. You may know him as Mike. You probably know him as Mike the actor, Mike Goyeneche. That catch up went as expected. I can only tell you. He's a fun guy to talk to. Truly is. You'll see. Well, it's time once again for maybe my favorite feature on the show. I get to live vicariously through this guy. He's Mike the actor, Michael Goyeneche, in Los Angeles, or should I say Hollywood? Is it L.A. or is it Hollywood?
Well, Hollywood's got that nice little cachet. I'm technically in Sherman Oaks. I'm like a 12-minute drive to Hollywood.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sherman Oaks, there's nothing sexy about that at all. I mean, we'll say it just to be accurate, but
it's Beverly Hills adjacent, though.
Oh, how close are you?
Well, if I go up the top to the Mulholland divides Beverly Hills from Sherman Oaks.
Okay.
But I'm on the flats. I'm not up in on the Hollywood Hills. But
I would imagine there's a big difference too in the rents, right? From where you are, the higher you go up the hill.
Absolutely, yeah. The values of the homes, the rents. And then to the north of me is Van Nuys, which is even cheaper. And, it's not bad, but it's not as nice as Sherman Oaks.
You keep going, you're in Pacoima, right?
That's right.
All right. Well, I want to talk to you about last time you and I got together. You were working on a project that you couldn't talk about. Are we at a place where you can talk or still no?
Oh, yeah, we can talk a little bit about it. I just couldn't show you any footage. We were talking, maybe he was going to show you footage or the script, but
well, this is a family show. We're not allowed to show nudity on the show.
That's not my forte. Nobody wants to see me naked today.
You're right about that. Okay, go ahead. Now tell me about this secret project.
So yeah, Julian Grant is making a little project that I'm the lead actor in. My character is Johnny DeLuca, and kind of a mob guy, and it's kind of a cross, like a little Sopranos, Breaking Bad kind of, gangster, tough, gritty.
Oh yeah,
style.
when you said Sopranos meets Breaking Bad meets Pulp Fiction.
Fiction last time, yeah.
Wow.
I left off the Pulp Fiction.
I mean, I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3, you got me, right?
Yeah, because they're all gritty, and this director, he likes to use these great angles and such. So we were on FaceTime the other night, and we were shooting tomorrow. I have a scene, 2 scenes to shoot tomorrow, and he goes, well, I need another guy, like a detective or something. So I was on FaceTime, and my buddy Tom was over here, and he's a collaborator. He was the producer guy that got me on that Kill Jane Doe movie that turned into the Tonight Show thing back in the day we talked about on episode 1.
Yep.
But he saw Tom. He's, oh no, he's not a detective. He's a thug. He's a villain, murderer.
Hang on a second. I got to get my plug in for Replenish Zero here. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Available at 7-Eleven. Okay, go ahead, Mike.
So he goes, oh, he wants him to be a killer. And then so he comes up with the scene where my character is going to get his head dunked into a bathtub full of water by my friend. And I don't want him doing that to me. I'd rather have a total stranger do it. But, anyway, that's what's happened. I'm not real happy about it, but we're going to go with it. So I got to clean out my tub extra clean. We're shooting here actually tomorrow.
You're shooting at your house?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How common is that? That doesn't happen often, does it?
Well, this is an independent project. We're making a like a 10-minute teaser, which is like this is what a show could be about, and then we present it to the various networks or streaming services to see if they want to pick it up. Oh, I like that. Let's here. Give me 8 episodes and whatnot. So
love it.
So we're doing that. The director's, that's his little project, and he wants me to be in it. So I'm in it, and that's how Hollywood works. You can make your own little projects these days. Back in the day, when it was just 3 major networks and the movie studios, you had to have them do it. You couldn't do anything on your own.
Right. Now it's all about DIY. Right?
That's right.
You took a sec to figure that out. I saw that.
Do it yourself, because I thought, well, isn't that more for like Home Depot and all that? But you're
That's
right.
The sponsor for next hour. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Hey, so Julian, tell me about him. What's his background?
Yeah, he's from England, and he's British, and he just got hitched the other day. That's what he calls it, hitched. He got married a couple weeks ago. Nice guy, and I haven't looked at his. We can go on IMDb, look at his credits, but I don't know them off the top of my head. But
okay.
I worked with him before. I did another mafia little short film with him.
Are you being typecast as the mafia guy?
Absolutely.
You don't mind that?
No, I don't mind. I got the look, and I love those roles. I like that genre, those movies and stuff. My manager, he's not real happy with the goatee right now, because he goes, look on TV, most people don't have facial hair. They're clean cut. And then, I have that clean cut look without the goatee, but I kind of like it. It's a little sexier, and, it's a little slimming, and it's a little younger hip thing. But so we'll see. We're going to let it go and see. I got to stick with it for this project, and we'll see how many auditions I get with the goatee. And if it's, I might have to shave it in a couple months.
Does he have a way to lead the witness, though? Because he controls what you get. Doesn't he?
My manager, yeah. Well, what he submits me on, he has headshots of me with the goatee and without it. So depending on, they've been submitting the ones without the goatee lately. And I go, wait, then I do the audition and I got a goatee. And so, well, I will shave it if it's the price is right.
Has that ever happened where a director has said to you, listen, we like you, but we can't deal with whatever it is, the facial hair, maybe a little weight, maybe the way your hair is, or
Netflix project like 2 or 3 months ago, and they cast me, and I go, oh, by the way, I have a goatee now, because I didn't have my updated pictures up yet, because I just had the goatee for like a couple of weeks. Oh no, we like the director likes that clean cut look. And I was playing like a jacuzzi salesman at a convention. And so I had to shave it.
And that's okay, right? It's part of the job.
Yeah. Yeah. I timed it. It takes 18 weeks to grow back. I mean, 18 days. 18 days.
Say, wow.
Yep.
Latino, it takes you 18 weeks. Something's wrong there. Yeah, you guys, usually you need to shave like the next day, right? Yeah.
Or when I used to have this girlfriend that had real sensitive skin. And so I would have to shave after work to go see her if we wanted to make out, because she would get this abrasion around her mouth from my beard.
Yeah, that's nice. She probably knew when you weren't in the mood based on the stubble on your face. You're like,
right, yeah,
sending a signal there. Yeah, not really tonight. I was looking more forward to watching the game. Yeah,
exactly.
Mike, the actor, is our guest. I want to talk about this process that you have to go through to be a working actor. I mean, it isn't easy, and it's a discipline. So what's a typical day? Tell me, and I know you have a day job, but forget that part of it. Just zone in on the acting part and tell me like kind of what are the steps?
Okay, so I got my agent submitting me for projects, Randy Cabrera, and I got my manager, David Firestone, submitting me for projects as well. And then I submit myself. So I go on casting networks and Actors Access, submit myself there to commercials and short films. Occasionally there's usually like the guest role on a network comes from the agent, because they get those. They're called breakdowns, which means a breakdown of the role. You know, we want a 40 to 50-year-old male, Latino, exceptionally handsome, maybe a little portly.
I always thought breakdown meant they wanted you to completely fall apart in the middle of the audition. We need you to break down.
I've seen that happen before.
Or you start singing a Tom Petty song. Go ahead and give it to me.
Break
All right.
down.
Yes, I knew you would. Okay, go ahead.
But not to be confused with break dance, of course.
Different. Completely different.
Yeah, then you submit yourself, and then you get, they say, okay, we want you to, if the casting director likes you, then they say, okay, they email you a script, and they say, they give you a couple of days sometimes. Sometimes it takes, like I got one the day before yesterday at 4:30 in the afternoon. They wanted by 9 the next morning. And I couldn't do it. Yeah.
I'm sorry. You have limits. Who do you think you're dealing with here? I'm a professional.
Right.
That's what I would say if I was your manager. I mean, I just want you to know I'd go to bat for you if I was your manager. In fact, that is your manager calling right now. Excuse me just a moment.
On the phone. Okay.
Hang on.
Fred
I'm talking to him right now. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. Well, if you want, I'll ask. Okay. Thanks. Boxers or briefs, Mike? That was the question.
Boxer briefs.
Oh, you combine the two.
There's a boxer brief. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
that's a Hollywood thing right there. You style. You just whip them
Yeah,
together.
because
like
it's cotton. You get the support. You get the length, and it's kind of like a little, stretchy, spandexy. But they're cotton.
And they're very versatile.
Yeah, the more support than you do with the free flowing boxers. Yeah, I never liked boxers. Never used them.
See, this show is like Radio Shack. You've got questions. We've got answers. We're also closed.
Oh, is that Radio Shack?
I forgot about that. Radio Shack is completely closed, right? I mean, there aren't any.
I know.
There might be one like Blockbuster. Did you know there's one Blockbuster? It's in Oregon.
And they rent VHS or they DVDs, right? And they still have
both.
VHS. They
have both. And there's a documentary all about it, but we digress. So go ahead. You got this. We had the breakdowns.
Okay, so they send us the script, and then sometimes you have to have a reader. So I got to have somebody come over, and we got this little ring light. You put the camera into the ring light, and then I got a little remote. Here's the remote right here.
Yeah, show us the tools of the trade here. Here we go.
What is a remote?
That's a remote.
And I click on this, and it starts the video camera, and then I click on it again to stop. That way, if I'm by myself, I can do that. And so if I don't have a reader available, like a neighbor or something.
I'd be your reader. If you ever wanted, I'd be happy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can do that.
It'd be a thrill for me.
So, yeah, we'll do that one day. We can. And then, but if I'm by myself, I have an extra cell phone. Okay, so I'm recording with this cell phone. I take the other cell phone, and what I'll do is on the audio app, I'll talk the other person's lines into it, leave a gap for my line,
Mm-hmm.
and then after I record that, I hit play next to the recording one, and it sounds like somebody else is giving me the lines when it's me. And I always use I'll use an extra voice there, just to kind of give it a little different so they don't think it's me,
Have they ever wanted to cast that guy?
Yeah. Everybody, that's everybody's dream. Oh, we want that other guy. He was really good. Who's your friend?
Yeah. Who was that? What are you talking about? I was running lines with a guy. Who was me, by the way? I was running lines with myself. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So you work on your lines. How long does it take you to memorize like a typical side?
That's if it's only a few lines, then I'll memorize, 4 or 5. If it's 10, then I use I have a teleprompter.
You are cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Do they know that? Do they care about that? Does it matter?
I have it such that they can't really tell. And so I have my mouse. So I have the script on the screen, and I use a mid-sized television screen so I can read it, because I like to act without my glasses. So I need the big font so I can read. And then I use the mouse with the wheel. So I have the wheel down below my hip, and I'm scrolling down with the wheel as I'm reading the script.
What if you need your hands for the scene? You can't hold
I got
the mouse.
one good hand. I got
this
one
guy,
good
this Mike guy. Every audition we get, he's got one hand. We never see his other one. What's he doing down there? I mean, you don't know this, but I was petting my dog for about 5 minutes worth of this interview. You didn't know that.
Yeah. See, I didn't know what's going on below there.
Well, Louis is standing by the door, which means something, Mike, which means
your dog wants to be fed?
No, he doesn't want to be fed. I think he needs to pee. So do you mind while I let him out real quick?
Okay, go ahead.
This is the beauty of this. For anybody watching on the internet, Mike is our resident actor out of Hollywood, and I love the background there, the red and the black. That is so cool.
Like Radio Shack.
Yeah, but you can't see that on the radio, so I'm trying to be descriptive. And we'll be back. I mean, we're not leaving, so stay right there. We're just going to walk about 4 feet, open up the door, and let Louis not pee on the floor. Okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Hang on. Don't go away. Stay right there.
I'm still here.
All right, Louis. Come on, buddy. This is why I usually put you in the bedroom. Okay. Set the timer. Actor Mike, set the timer. Because, Mike, the actor, it'll only be a matter of seconds before he starts
He comes
barking.
back?
Well, he's going to start barking.
Because he wants back in?
He wants back in, right.
So what will you set a timer so you know when he's done?
No, he'll let us know. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So there will be another interruption. It's just a matter of how long
So
it's going to take.
does he ever go out there and want to hang out for a while and walk around?
Sure. It's a beautiful day today in Las Vegas. So
What's the
chances
temperature?
are, right. I have no idea. I can tell you my blood sugar is, but I have no idea what the temperature is. I got this new thing.
Degrees in Hollywood here, 77 degrees.
I don't know if we have any heat or not. I got a new thing. It's because I'm diabetic. I have this new deal where it tells you what your blood sugar is on your phone, which is very cool.
Oh, so you put something like a little thing on your arm?
It's on my stomach, but yeah, same thing.
Okay. And that has like a little prong that goes into your skin?
I'm being pronged as we speak. Yeah.
Ooh.
Pronged deeply, in fact.
And how long does that stay in there?
Family show, Michael. Sorry. Can't answer that question. Anyway,
I don't want to
back to a typical day before we get interrupted by Louis. So you're using, it looks like a lot of gadgetry to be able to pull off this thing. So on a moment's notice, you can do that, right? You can just
Yeah. So like I said, if it's a rush job, at the last minute and I don't have time to memorize it because I might have something else going on or working on another project, whip out the teleprompter.
Excuse me while I whip this out. And you
do.
do.
And the teleprompter is just, I have the script on my laptop and I plug the laptop out to the television, which is about 3.5 feet, 36 inch in diameter, the TV. And I zoom in on the font and I scroll down with it. And there you go.
You've probably gotten pretty good at that. This all started during COVID, right? Where it used to be
Absolutely.
you would get in the car, you would endure all that is LA traffic and, take you an hour to get, what should take 5 minutes, but you get there and then you're sweaty and you're nervous and you had to pay to park. And then you go in and there's 50 people just like you in the lobby and you stare them all down. And then you finally get your moment and you knock it out of the park, hopefully. And then you drive all the way back home again. And then you wait a week to see if you got it or not. In the meantime, you might have to do what you just did 3 or 4 more times, correct?
Right. And the thing is, back then you got one shot at it. Sometimes they give you 2 or 3 shots, but usually one shot. That's it. So the thing about self-taping at home is I can do, 10 takes if it takes.
Sure.
And
do you? Do you often do it over again?
Not, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, almost always. Because I have the...
FYI, this interview, one time only. Okay, I'm just letting you know. I'm not doing this again. We'll do it again, but not today's interview. So if you have to leave like you just did just there, I'm okay with it.
No, I was just looking for something. I had a prop here I wanted to use. I actually have a clapperboard.
Oh, those are cool.
I was going to show it to you, but it's not within.
That's
I thought
okay.
it was right there.
We'll take
next
your word
time,
for it.
so we can redo a take. A take 2.
Yeah, that's called a slate, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
See, I'm learning from you. Okay, so how many of these do you do a week? On a given week?
Maybe it could be like 4 or 5, maybe
4 or 5 auditions a week.
Yeah, lately it's been pretty good. Yeah, and then
those are all coming. I'm sorry.
And then sometimes, some come from my agent, some come from my manager, some come from myself. And then I am, like if I'm shooting a movie and I got to work on my lines, I'm not going to submit for anything else. I'm going to concentrate on that one project, the one that's in the hand, instead of trying, to do other, too much.
Unless a better paying job came along, and then what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Make yourself available. You have right?
I don't like to. I don't do stage because I think it's too time consuming for me. But my friend does, and he's got 170 lines, and he can't work on. He's busy working. He's got to have memorized in the next week or 2, and then they're going to have rehearsals, and then they're going to have just one weekend. That's a lot of work for the money they pay.
It brings up a good question. So that particular job that your friend has, the stage guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
The pay for what he's enduring, which just sounds already like it's weeks and weeks and weeks, versus what you get paid for a one-time, hi folks, Mike the actor here, blah 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 blah, and you're done.
Yeah,
Who gets paid more money, you do or he does?
I do, because the stage they give you a stipend. Unless it's some Broadway play or some big production, then and you're a big star, a named star, then you're going to make more. But he's just getting like a stipend, they call it, a one-shot deal. Yeah. I mean, I made $10,000 in one day on a TV commercial.
Wow.
For
what were you advertising?
It was the 2017 or 2016 Honda Fit. It's a little tiny little car. Have you seen it?
Sure. And I don't fit, but I've seen it.
Right. And they had all these little vignettes. Somebody's got like a surfboard. Somebody's got like a big bass cello trying to put it. And then I'm with 2 other mafia guys, and we had a rolled up carpet in front of us. And we go, hey, can it fit this carpet? We swear it's just a carpet. And then I kicked the carpet like there was a body in there, So
again, you're being typecast as the mafia guy.
Yeah.
But what's great is if you were to get, you already have a recurring role on a series, right? Mm-hmm. Pronounce that again. Sangre
Negra, Black Blood.
Yeah.
On Amazon.
You roll the R's like only the Hispanic can. I like it.
That's
Do it again. Say it again.
Sangre Negra.
Sangre Negra.
Sangre Negra.
Did I say it right?
Blood.
Black what? Black blood?
Yeah, it means black blood in English or in Spanish.
Okay. And we're going to, at some point, get you and a couple castmates on, and we're going to talk about that whole thing. But does that keep you from being on any other show?
No. It did. I was going to be on this game show that they didn't want actors on. And so I didn't get to do that.
I mean, that would have been nice because maybe some quick cash. But to be honest with you, you're above that, Mike. Actor Mike, I think, you know what I mean? You have standards.
Yeah, like I wouldn't do reality show. You don't want, that's not for me.
And once you do that, there again, you're that guy from Big Brother or whatever. You don't want to be that.
All right. No, those people make good money and they get name and all the excitement and the bells and whistles, but that's it's not me. I'm not gonna. It's not. It's not for everybody. I don't want to act, and I like the craft like that. And then I think if you do reality, you can't do. They don't take you seriously as an actor. From what I've heard, I don't know for a fact. I haven't done any research, but that's the word on the street.
So you have a manager and an agent. That's pretty cool. You have people.
Yeah. We'll have. So next time you get to call my people instead of calling me direct.
Okay.
No, Wayne's my buddy. You always call me direct.
So Mike, the actor, no longer taking my calls. So that just tells you where the show's going.
What is
yeah, exactly. Okay. So I think we have the whole idea of the rehearsals and the auditions.
And then there's one more. There's the callback. So I take the videotape, the audition, I upload it to their website, and then they'll let's do a callback. And sometimes they'll do a Zoom call, or sometimes now they'll take you in person for this.
Okay.
And then after May 11th is the official end of COVID with the Screen Actors Guild Union. So they can't even ask you if you've been vaccinated, or they don't require testing or anything after the 11th. So that's coming up.
I'm surprised it's taking this long, to be honest.
Yeah. I heard it was the insurance companies that are responsible for that. They, because if the lead actor gets sick, then they got to put everything on hold and still pay those people that they have under contract. So an insurance has to cover that. So that's why they made them jump through hoops.
So what does an actor do at night in Hollywood? Like what are your evenings like? Are you spending that time rehearsing? Are you trying to get away from it all for a little while?
I like to go socialize. I actually got a internet commercial role at a bar one time. It was at Casa Vega, where they made the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood recently, and other movies as well. I was sitting at the bar, and there was two seats open, and I'm at the end of the bar, and this guy goes, "Is anybody sitting here?" And I just kind of, I gave my golf. I go, "It's going to cost you $100 to sit here. Otherwise, I'll have your legs broken." I said something like that. And they laughed, and then they sat down. We started talking, and they were producers and stuff. They go, "Oh, really?" So about a month later, they called me, and they go, "Hey, we're doing an internet commercial, and we want, it was for computer repair, and they want to be the godfather of computer repairs. The guy comes to with their computer for me to fix, and I do the voice."
How perfect is that, brother? You're
And
right
I didn't
place,
have to
right
audition.
time.
They just gave me that role. I didn't have to audition because they already
That's
knew
got to
I
be
could
pretty
do it.
freeing. That makes a lot of the times that you got the rejection, because you have to have thick skin in your business. I know that to be true, right? Radio and has been very competitive for all these years I've been in it, but I think compared to the acting thing, nothing compared. I think it's very, very tough because there's like one job and 1,000 people that want it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and you think and you spend all this time and doing take after take and setting it up. You send it in, and then you never hear from them again. It's like, okay. I mean, they don't say, "Oh, we thought you did a good job, but we went in another direction." They don't even say that. Rarely. I mean, it's if you know somebody, if you know that somebody that's involved in the project, because a lot of jobs are who you know, and so like that Tony Capone character, I had met this guy at a red carpet event, and then he did a table read for one of my projects, The Godfather-in-Law, which is on YouTube. And then
was that a shameless plug you just did there? I think it was.
What did I say?
I don't know.
Said ice cream is good.
I think you said that. YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Godfather-in-Law
On YouTube. So to make a short story longer,
yes,
he said, "Are you interested in doing this thing?" They sent me the script. I did a self-tape, and then I zoomed, and I got the role through a referral. Mm-hmm.
See? So do you go through slumps where the phone just isn't ringing and you're like, why am I even doing this?
Yeah.
How do you deal with that without like falling into a complete depression?
Oh, well, you just got to keep busy and, do other things and just keep at it. Sometimes you need a break anyway. You want to take a break and do something else in your life. I mean, not, change careers, but just, work on your other interest or other money, revenue streams.
Right. And the reality is, most actors, I'd say the majority, have to have, for lack of a better word, a day job. Okay. Something to fall back on to keep the money coming in. So it's stereotypically, you're going to be a waiter or waitress, in a restaurant, but you're not doing that. Tell everybody what you do, because I think it's awesome.
Yeah. The younger people, in their 20s, 30s, maybe they might do the food service, which is great because you have flexible schedule. But I'm a mortgage broker. I'm a loan officer for a mortgage broker. And right now we're working on commercial deals because there's a good market for that for rental properties.
Pure transparency, also an advertiser on the Wayne Coy Show.
That's right.
Okay. But that has nothing to do with today's conversation.
Right. There's that. And I also have the mobile notary service. So I have 3 revenue streams.
Talk about that
I do every day. It can happen every day.
Okay. You need something notarized. And then how do you find out that they need you?
It's not like one piece of paper. I do, 200-page packages of real estate transactions, like a reverse mortgage, a refinance, or a purchase.
Okay.
And I go to their house. It's like a service. I get text messages where they call me, "Are you available?" And then I will, I'll go out and I'll do that. And it takes an hour or two. Wow. And I enjoy that. It gets me out of the house.
How do you learn to do that? That seems like you'd have to go to school.
You can take a class. It's a 1-day class and get your license and all that. They can teach any a 10-year-old could put a stamp on a piece of paper, but to do a real estate transaction,
kids. You do not know them. But go ahead.
Oh yeah. Okay.
They're grown now.
But I have a background in mortgage. So before I ever did notary, I was a wholesale rep up there in the San Ramon area, and a mortgage guy for like 10 years. And I know the documents and know the paperwork. So to do the notary, that was working good with the acting when I first came to LA.
That's
and then I go, well, let's supplement it more with some actual mortgage. So I got my mortgage license.
Okay.
And then I've been doing that as well.
I would think that the notary thing would be relatively flexible, but if they're under the gun if they're under the gun to get it done.
Like I had one tonight at 6:30.
Yeah.
But I wanted to watch the Warriors game and the NFL draft.
I see.
And so I just told him that due to unforeseen schedule conflicts, I'm unable to be to that 6:30. Plus I had to go downtown at 6:30 on a Friday night. Forget about it.
Forget about it. See, right back into character again. All right. Do you have any auditions the rest of the week, or are we done for the week?
Yeah, I got one. I got the breakdown. I have until like Monday for this one, so I'm going to work on that one tomorrow.
Okay.
And there's it's a commercial, so there's no lines for this one. It's more like I'm doing hand gestures and facial.
With one hand, we've already covered that.
Yeah. Well, no, I won't need the teleprompter if I'm going to be.
You're not going to be touching your mouse while this one's going on. That's good.
That's correct. Okay. The mouse. Okay,
give me the face. Let me see.
Talking about.
Let me see the face.
What face?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Like sometimes they want you to try eat a cupcake or something. This is good.
Yeah. Oh no, that's a Happy Godfather.
Oh yeah.
But it is with it. Sound effects budget is pretty low. Okay, with the eyebrows though, you can say a lot. Yeah, see what I'm saying? You got thick eyebrows, so they're very expressive, right? That
is the thing that they say is my gift, is that you can tell the way I'm feeling by looking at my face. Yeah, and that's because some people are just very stoic actors and they just talk.
I see you getting anything that Jim Belushi would read for, maybe John Goodman. Not trying to call you a fat guy. I'm just saying you got that face, that very expressive face. They both have that.
Yeah, or sometimes they'll say Richard Stone Street or the guy from Modern Family.
Oh, I don't know.
Cam from Modern Family.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Chubby guy. Yeah. I think it's just our facial expressions are similar and we have expressive faces and a little bit of chubbiness there. But see, I'll never I won't have to get any collagen or any of those fillers because I have natural filler.
You should tell everybody that you did pay for that. Say, you should see me. I look like an aardvark until I get this. All right, Mike the actor, busy at work, practicing his craft and getting ready to take the world by storm and notarize it when he's finished. So that's the cool part. All right, buddy. Have a good weekend. I will wish luck to the Warriors. And who are you watching in the draft? Is it 49ers, right?
I follow the Raiders, as indicated on my shirt there.
Oh, that's right.
The
And
Raiders
my
are my team, just like you. You got your hat on today, I see.
Oh, okay. So quickly, what did you think of that first round pick of theirs? Did you think
I was
it
expecting to get the quarterback, Will Levis, or Jalen Carter, or Christian Ramirez or Gonzalez.
Those would have Gonzalez, and those would have all been very Raider-esque picks, right? But
Right.
I think they drafted for need this time rather
Right.
than
Well, this defensive end
sexy. Yeah.
is 6'6", yeah. But Jalen Carter was the big the tackle, the lineman that we needed, but because of maybe his transgressions are too similar to Henry Ruggs, we didn't want to go down that road again.
Can you blame him?
I cannot blame
right.
him at all. We want to, yeah.
Somebody dies in a car accident, you're going to go back there again? No.
Right. And then they draft somebody else that had something similar happen. I mean, it wasn't exactly the same, but it was
Similar.
similar. Yeah.
Well, the Eagles got him, I think, right? Is that where
Yes.
he went?
Yeah. At number 9, I believe.
Number 9? Number 9? Okay.
He was drafted number 9. Yes.
Little Beetle
So
thing.
tonight let's get a offensive tackle, a defensive back, and it's on to Chicago, and let's win there too.
Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. All right, sir. Well, have a great weekend, okay?
Thank you so much, Wayne, for having me. Have a great time with you as always. You have a great weekend, and hopefully we'll see you next week here on this very station. Don't touch that dial.
Because you don't know where it's been. Mike, the actor.
All right, Wayne. Thanks a lot. Have a great night.
You too, buddy. Bye. Who let him out? That's all I want to know. Okay, the draft is underway. How are the Raiders doing? We're going to find out. And if you're a fan of Cobra Kai or hilarious comedians, either way, you're going to get happy after the top of the hour. Bret Ernst is our guest coming up after 8 this evening. But right away, we'll get with the commish and find out all about this draft and how our Raiders are doing. That's coming up next on the Wayne Coy Show.
Hi there, this is Kirby Schofield, Schofield Realty here in Las Vegas. Real estate is always changing. Be it a buyer's market, a seller's market, at Schofield Realty, it's your market. Buying or selling, we have the team and the tools to work the market so it works for you. We are excited that we're on the Wayne Coy Show. Our results blessed us with the Zillow Flex partnership roughly about 2 years ago due to our consistent conversion and customer service scores. With conversion, that means we can close. And with our customer service scores, you know you're going to get the best service possible. We're always looking for agents led by mentorship, resources, and experience. We are your guide. Find us. Kirby4U.com. That's KIRBY, the number 4, the letter U.com. Kirby4U.com or call 702-766-9538. Again, 702-766-9538.
The Klondike Casino is a friendly local spot that features their signature restaurant, the Klondike Grill, serving up fresh food fast. Open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner just off the 95 freeway on Sunset Road in Henderson. You will find the Klondike Casino featuring all your favorite games from the Strip in the comfort of a neighborhood casino. You can place a bet at their full-service sports book or start your day with a breakfast plate that comes with your choice of potato and toast. Or check us out for lunch or dinner and try one of our many sandwiches like the popular beer-battered fish sandwich or the Philly cheesesteak. Check out the full menu at KlondikeSunset.com.
Now back to the Wayne Coy Show.
Last night I had the strangest dream.
Okay, it's draft day.
With the 7th pick in the first round of the 2023 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Wayne Coy, halfback, Oakland School of Hard Knocks. The Buffalo Bills are now.
And then I woke up.
Tyree, this is Coach McDaniels. How are you? Are you there with your family? That's great. Well, we're going to turn the pick in here, and you're going to be a Raider. Just wanted to congratulate you. You're really going to help our football team. Couldn't be more excited to make you a Raider here, bud.
Welcome to Raider Nation. We're excited.
I know they get after the quarterback, and I'm excited to do that. Raiders are tough, smart, and dependable, so I feel like I bring that in the defense.
I feel like a Raider. Today, I didn't so much yesterday, but that was the phone call that Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler made to our number one pick. Did you get a chance to see that, Kamish?
Yeah, great.
Whoa.
Caller.
You're doing that thing.
I am. That's not
Now
good.
you're not. Now you're not. You got so excited. Maybe that's what it was. So, yeah, you saw the phone call?
Yeah. I watched the video earlier today. It was pretty measured. He didn't cry. No tears. I looked like it was all business.
He was so iced out. Did you see that?
Yeah. That was a big thing. That I was actually a K's commercial that I think CJ Stroud was in, and he's like, "Yes, I feel really visible when I have on my blingity ice."
Because boy, they had a lot of blingity ice.
I didn't know how soft he was, how softly spoken he was.
Ian Coy is with us. Ian, otherwise known as the Commish, probably could have, if you had decided to take the path. You did not, but had you decided to, you became a rapper instead. But had you decided to go on further your education, get a degree in some sort of law, you would likely be the commissioner of a sport, or at least, if nothing else, you'd be an agent or you would be a general manager. I am confident of that.
I'd like to be representing some of these guys.
Yeah, I bet. Hey, it should be said, and for the record, none of them have your beard game. So we want to just make sure we're real clear on that. You kind of look like you're sitting in a barber chair right now.
I wish I was. I got to get cleaned up. My little bro is getting ready to get married next month. So I'm going to have to look a little more like a human and less like a caveman.
You don't look like a caveman. You look like you live in Portland.
Yeah, right.
All right. So tell me about, well, you don't have to tell me because I predicted it back in, when was it? It must have been March that I said that I thought it would be really cool if the Raiders took.
Obviously we didn't really know what was going to happen yesterday. And, I'm happy where I landed. I'm happy to be here. I'm really, really excited to kind of get started and start playing some football again. It's been a great experience. I've kind of absorbed everything I've needed to, enjoy, you get a million texts, enjoy the moment, enjoy the day, all that stuff. And that's kind of what I've been doing, man. I play football. I love football. Obviously it's taken me places that I never thought it would. And so at this point, it's about enjoying it. It's about, working as hard as I can, meeting as many people as I can, and just, being a part of the process as much as possible.
In case you're wondering who that is, it's
draft day. And the commissioner is making his way to the stage where the announcement won't be popular here in Kansas City. They're not big fans of the Raiders as a general rule. Here's the commissioner in Las Vegas.
The Indianapolis Colts have traded to the Las Vegas Raiders with the 35th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft. The Las Vegas Raiders select Michael Mayer, tight end, Notre Dame.
What? Okay. I cannot hate on that at all. I was kind of hoping that would happen, but I thought there was no way because I figured he'd be long gone before we could get to him.
Yeah, oddly enough, there were a couple of tight ends taken off the board before he got there. So I think the Raiders were pleasantly surprised. They moved up just a bit to get him. I think it was well worth it. Mayer set a record at Notre Dame for receptions over his career. It was 180, I think, receptions at Notre Dame. And if you think about their history with tight ends, they've got a lot of them. And for him to be the best ever, most prolific pass catcher that they've had was huge. He high points the ball better than Darren Waller, as you may be thinking of now with having gone through that experiment with T-Rex arms, Darren Waller. I hate to hate on the guy because he was great.
Right. That is so not right.
Yeah, it's like if the ball wasn't perfectly on target, he wouldn't go up and get it.
Even though he has all the height to go get it.
I think his guns are so big, like he can't lift his arms up high enough to catch the ball. But this guy high points the ball, be a big red zone target, kind of a Jason Witten clone, if you will. And that's pretty okay with me, considering he's wearing a gold jacket, or will be.
Yeah.
I think he's in. I'm not
Jason
sure.
Witten? I think so. I think already in, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to check the tape. Okay, so speaking of the tape, I'm watching the highlights from Notre Dame by Mr. Mayer, and he's wearing 87, so maybe that sort of leads you in that direction. But he earned the nickname Baby Gronk.
Baby Gronk, yeah, like it. Hey,
Yeah. Does he remind you at all of Rob Gronkowski?
I don't think I mean, Gronk is so freakishly huge that there's like nobody that really reminds you of Gronk. It really is. I see Jason Witten all over his tape, and I'm perfectly okay with that. Probably he was my top tight end on the board. So to get him as the third or fourth tight end taken, that was huge. Third.
Any surprises in the rest of after we talked to you last night? You had a chance to digest the first round and then into the second round tonight. Anything that you just saw, you went, wow, how'd that happen?
I think Tennessee moving up to get Levis was somebody was going to do that at the top of the second round. It's a great fit. Him in the backfield with Derrick Henry will get huge. And just as an overall, the AFC South has wrecked this draft. I mean, I think they're probably the most improved conference as a whole. Or not conference, but division rather.
Mm-hmm.
Cool note, Joey Porter Jr. going to Pittsburgh. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely up on my board, probably the third corner that I had on my rankings anyway. To see him go to Pittsburgh is pretty special.
Yeah, except we have to play them every now and again.
Yeah. Hey, just as a resident currently of Iowa, to see 20 guys out of the Big Ten taken in the first 62 picks was pretty huge. So that's it's fun to watch that conference every weekend.
We live here in Las Vegas, so it's the answer to what you just said is the big what?
Yeah, right. The Big Ten, which is 14 teams now. 16.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think they're like 16 in the Big Ten. Who's left on the board that's worth our attention for the Raiders? I'm speaking.
There's a lot. I admittedly have in preparing for this here, I have not seen the last few picks. Keely Ringo is the one that really stood out to me as a pick for the Raiders because we do need cornerback help for sure. He was out there. He's probably in like that next sort of second tier corners that I thought would be a great move to move up and get him. I know we had a bunch of picks in this draft, so package a couple of those up and sneak back in. That'd be worthwhile, I think.
Okay. How in terms of the picks you thought we would make, how are you doing there? Did you get any of them right?
Well, I hoped we would get Michael Mayer, so that ended up happening. It worked out well. As we said last night, we got the best 4-3 D end in the draft.
Yeah.
And then Byron Young from Alabama, who was our third round pick. Great story with this guy. He started off at junior college, transferred to Alabama, worked at famously, well, maybe not famously yet, but will be famously story. Worked at a dollar store. Like that's how low recruited the guy was. So he was not.
Hey, don't diss the dollar store now.
Yeah, I mean, he worked his way up from Dollar Tree to Dollar General to Family Dollar. Now, here he is.
He did all the dollars. Yes, I get it.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, so who's popping the beer in the background there? I heard that.
Oh, well, I'm sitting here with the aforementioned little brother that's getting married. We are in his garage right now, where we have podcast from before. The
I can tell by the ceiling. Yeah,
that's why we look like
Da Vinci's work right there. You're looking at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that Da Vinci. Bobby Da Vinci. He lives there in Burlington. He's a good guy, Bobby.
Line up the Nike swoosh behind me, but I'm comfort over aesthetics any day.
Well,
so
that's product placement. So is the beer of choice Busch Light?
Always. I mean, that's what we do in Iowa, even though it's an Anheuser-Busch product and they have taken quite a bit of a hit in the stock market due to Bud Light.
As long as the two of you are there, they'll never go out of business.
Yeah,
right?
Busch around here.
Yeah, it looms large in your legend. Okay, well, we still have second round, and then do they do second and third tonight?
Yeah, we're just about done with the third, if not done with the third. I think they might.
So they did do the third tonight. Okay.
Yep.
I get confused. That's why I need you, because you keep me up to date on all this stuff. So, all right. But I'm just, what is he saying in the background there?
He asked about his comments on Mahomes, and I didn't hear that. Actually, you know what? We're gonna throw a curveball here. We're gonna have him discuss this.
We got about 1 minute for Tanner.
All right.
So, okay. Hi, little brother. How are you?
Hey, good. How are you guys?
Pretty good. We're doing good. So what's your thoughts on this draft being the big Raider guy you are?
The big takeaway I had, which I loved, they had Tyree Wilson on, formerly acquired Raider. The best thing maybe I've heard throughout the entire draft process. They said, "Who are you looking forward to sacking?" I said, "Oh man, Pat Mahomes." I said, "Got any comments for Pat Mahomes?" He said, "Nope, no, I do not." He is maybe Belichick trained already on PR.
Sounds like it, yeah.
Because
And, yeah, no comment. And aren't they in Kansas City?
Yes. Yeah. Oh. Yep. So they tried to hook, line, and bait him, and didn't get him. So I like that.
Didn't quite get him, yeah. But boy, could have seen that coming a mile away, right? Well, I hope the rest of the draft is good. So tomorrow is what, your bachelor party?
That's next Saturday. We're going to do.
Saturday. Okay. So tomorrow's nothing other than continuing to watch the draft, I guess.
That's right.
Right. Okay. Well, that's all good. Hey, Tanner, I'll check in with you the next time and let you go first. How's that?
Deal.
Before Ian hogs all the glory.
My bad.
No. It's okay. You were only doing your job, and that's all we can ask.
Essential.
The commish, that's Ian Coy and brother Tanner, who's with him to kind of take all this in, let it soak in. I will tell you, collectively, between the three of us, not a whole lot of love for our team at the end of the season. So they are in a redemption period right now, and they're going to have to keep on working to get us back to where we used to be. And I think we all know where that is. See you, sir. Thank you for your time and your service. Bret Ernst, you know him, you love him, from Cobra Kai. And, of course, the Strat right here in Vegas. Funny dude. We'll talk to him coming up in just a few. It's the Wayne Coy Show.
The world-famous radio shopping show, weekday on 1400 KSHP North Las Vegas and KSHP.com.
.com/talk. You're listening to the Sports Byline USA Broadcast Network.
USA News, I'm Ryan Daniels. The new leader of the House Democrats says he is confident a debt ceiling deal will be reached before key deadlines this year. New York Congressman Hakeem Jeffries said he also believes it will happen without Democrats giving in to GOP demands for deep spending cuts.
President Biden has produced a budget. House Republicans produced a ransom note.
Jeffrey said Democrats will not allow the car to go off the cliff when it comes to a catastrophic default scenario. Donald Trump says he's retiring the crooked nickname for Hillary Clinton and will instead be using it against President Biden. At the same time, Trump says if he gets back into the White House, he may address abortion bans.
Speaking to WMUR in New Hampshire, Trump was asked if he'd sign the federal abortion ban proposed by South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. Trump said he would look at it and is considering a lot of different options. He faced backlash from anti-abortion groups recently for his position that abortion restrictions should be left up to individual states and not the federal government. I'm Jerry Barmash.
While historic flooding along the upper Mississippi River creates concerns, rapid snowmelt and increasing flood concern has prompted the extended closure of Yosemite National Park in California. Park Ranger Nancy Philippi says they got a little practice with this during massive snowstorms 2 months ago.
It's unusual to see sandbags out in Yosemite Valley, but they're there, and we're taking as much action as we can based on those other incidents.
Most of the Yosemite Valley will be closed and won't reopen until at least May 3rd. President Biden is commuting the sentences of 31 nonviolent drug offenders. The move, part of a broader effort by the administration to improve rehabilitation programs in jails and prisons. Those receiving commuted sentences are all currently on home confinement. This is USA News.
Let's see, if something costs less
but people are happier with it. That sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
Is your dog suffering from a sensitive stomach? Hi, it's Kelly the Cookie Lady from Mooch's Munchies. Our dogs had super sensitive tummies, and I needed to find a low-fat treat that wouldn't give them gas or other issues. Most of the treats on the market were loaded with fillers, chemicals, and chicken fat. Many of them weren't even food. Well, I knew I could do better, so I developed Mooch's Munchies, and I'm happy to be able to share them with you. Stop by our store or our website, moochesmunchies.com, and find out why we say that Mooch's Munchies are totally pawsome.
Hungry for the best barbecue in Las Vegas? Come out to the infamous barbecue and meat market, John Mole's Meats and Roadkill Grill in Las Vegas. John Mole's was featured on the Food Network's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Now take home delicious meat selections for your grill, and while you're there, grab a bite of the best barbecue in Las Vegas. With 2 locations now at Tom and Gowan or on North Decatur, you're sure to find the perfect meats for your next barbecue or party. Find us online at johnmolemeats.com.
At AR Heating and Air Conditioning, our main goal is to provide high-quality service without breaking the bank. From maintaining your HVAC units to fixing them when they are down, they are there for you. AR Heating and Air Conditioning offer reasonable prices, reliability, and professional service at a great value. For more information, go to fixmyac.net or call 702-646-4000. Beat the heat and call AR Heating and Air Conditioning today.
Welcome to Hash House A Go-Go, where we've been serving farm food and crafted cocktails for over 2 decades. Visit us for the full Hash House experience at any of our 5 Las Vegas locations. Hash House A Go-Go is where old school meets new and gets twisted. We bring people together over good food and fun. Come in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and come hungry because our portions are huge. Visit us online to see our entire menu at hashhouseagogo.com. Hash House A Go-Go. It's a Midwest thing, and there's nothing else like it.
Live from Las Vegas, this is the Wayne Coy Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's one of my best friends and one of the best comics in the business. Make some noise for Bret, Ernst.
Love makes you give up all the things I don't wonder.
What's up, Las Vegas? I went to breakfast in Ohio, okay? 2 people, all in. No coffee, juice, right? All in. I got the check. It was $9. Well, I was doing the LA math. I'm like, this got to be a $40, $50. It was $9. Like, I thought the kid hooked me up. Like, no wonder why these people are fat.
Bret Ernst, welcome to our humble abode. It is so nice to have you here, man.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah. When you hear that, is that weird? Like to listen back to yourself?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of myself.
Well, I mean, I ask musicians the same question. They're like, please, we don't even pay attention when you're playing our music.
It's hard. It's hard, man. It really is. It's hard. It's really hard, man. Like right now, I just shot another special, and I'm dreading looking at it.
We have to go through the whole process of editing, right?
Well, what I do is I allow them to do a pass, and then I take a look at it because I'll overthink it through the steps, and it's. Well,
they're your babies.
Well, it's not even that, man. It's just really uncomfortable, and when you're shooting a special, there's so many things going through your head. Like a nightclub set's always my favorite, because you don't have to have that technical hat on or remember when you're sitting, when you're standing, all that stuff, man. And it was through the trial and error process that because I self-produced the first two.
I saw your name right at the very beginning.
Well, I was the very first to release a special on YouTube for free.
Were you really?
Yeah. So, it's
wow, look
it's
at you.
now it's now the norm. Yeah, well, I was always I was one of those comics where like I embraced the technology where you get some guys that are going to fight it, but you got to adapt or die in this business.
That's right before we went on the air, those were the words that were about to come out of my mouth as it relates to the business I'm in.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine for you guys. I mean, first of all, COVID shut everything down.
But that helped. So
for that stuff, right?
Yeah, well, because what you're seeing now, which is pretty cool, and my buddy Nate Jackson, actually, this was his point, is that you had a lot of kids that were like 17, 18 that were on lockdown, and all they did was consume comedy online.
Yeah.
So now they're 21, 22, and they're coming to shows. You know what I mean?
They have your entire set memorized.
Yeah, COVID created a lot of podcast and comedy fans.
Yeah.
So that's been good.
I was in doing the research, and that's part of the gig. But I was surprised by how many podcasts you've done. You like it apparently.
Well, I guessed it on a bunch. Yeah, I'm about to launch my own, but I have to. I'm going through the technical problems right now.
What are the issues?
Getting a hum on the audio, and I built a studio, so it's kind of, just.
You're here in town, yeah?
Yeah. I bought a place out here.
Okay, so I got a guy.
You do?
Yeah, I'll make sure he's in the Bay Area right now. He left for the weekend, but when he comes back,
absolutely, I
I'll
need
hook
all the
you guys
help
up.
I can get.
Oh, he's miraculous. His name's Brian Thomas. He's really good.
So but now as an artist, like I said, it's the best time because the internet's our best friend, man.
Yeah. So what we've had to do, or I've had to do, is get used to. I used to say, watching a DJ on the air is like watching paint dry, and then Stern proved that theory wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And now, I mean, look, we can't help it. There's cameras in the room,
Well, I mean, look, again, it's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, Stern though was, he was Stern.
He's Stern.
I mean, if you could do the audio of it, and
it would
and get
still
pe-
been great,
it's
and
still-
it was great.
and it was. But when you're in the studio, now you're seeing all that stuff going on.
Yeah.
And then he was really the first when he brought E in to do the behind the scenes stuff, but comics in general have been on the forefront of all of this internet stuff from, Dane Cook when he started to utilize MySpace, to the podcasts, which were all comics.
He was big on MySpace, wasn't he?
Oh, Dane was huge. He was like the first big comic. Well, there was two. Russell Peters blew up on YouTube, and then, but that was after Dane. But yeah, those were, like I said, it's been our best friend. That now the problem now is that, like in the beginning, Facebook didn't have their own streaming service, so you could share your YouTube stuff. But now when you share YouTube, you're competing with Facebook, so you drop to the algorithm, because now there's all the algorithms. And then when Instagram first started, there wasn't that much of an algorithm where like most of your followers would see your stuff. But now if you've noticed, you're following certain people come up in your feed that you're not following.
Right.
So it's been like a not a cat and mouse game, but almost like in Indiana Jones when that big ball's rolling.
Yeah, it's kind of like
you're
that.
running from it.
Yeah.
It's-
Or whack-a-mole a little bit, you
Yeah.
know. Instagram is the one that I, for whatever reason, late adopter, and I have yet to figure it out. To me, it was just like, well, it's pictures. What are we doing?
Well, then you had
But now it's video.
Well, you had Vine that was big at one point, and then you had Twitter, which they shut down, but then Elon opened back up again,
Yeah.
and then like I said, it's a whack-a-mole is a better example.
Yeah.
The things pop up, you hit them, you keep playing this game with.
I'll never
internet.
forget my daughter saying to me, she must have been 16 or 17 at the time, and she goes, "Dad, Facebook is so yesterday. MySpace is where it's at."
Really?
Yeah, it's gone. Look who got the
Well,
last
they
laugh.
started that for musicians, I believe, and then comics were able to benefit from it.
Yeah, but it's gone.
I know when I did the Vince Vaughn tour,
That's right. You're in the Wild West tour.
We were with MySpace. We were blogging the whole time, and
Yeah.
then you accumulated all these followers, and then it just went away. And then Vine got So a lot of times, a lot of comics were like gun shy to try and go all in on something because then it just went away.
Yeah.
And but Facebook's still great for the older demographic.
Are you and Caparulo friends?
Yeah, of course. John's a good friend.
You ever run into him like at Smith's?
We went to we met for lunch here, and I think he has every Tuesday night at Kimmel now.
Yeah.
And then every Thursday once a month or something. There's a great group of comics that are part of that the California refugees that came out
Yes.
after COVID. So
He was telling me that 5 years ago, even, this wasn't necessarily a breeding ground for comics. It was more a place to stop on your tour, and it was headliners.
well, it still kind of is. I mean, it's a hard place to grow
Yeah.
because I mean, well, you got the major casinos here, when they're booking their shows, it's not a place. So like in LA and New York, you have what's called showcase clubs.
Mhm.
So you go to, say, the Comedy Store, the show starts at 9, it ends at 2. And in that time period, you're going to see X amount of comics doing 15 minutes. We would piggyback with each other.
Yeah.
And then you could like hit the Improv, which was a showcase club, or the Laugh Factory. So, you could get 2-3 spots a night, and you're, doing 15 minutes, and you can really grow if you hustle around town 7 nights a week. New York's the same way with the Cellar and the Stand, and those the Gotham that they have those nights.
Is Caroline still there?
Caroline's just closed.
Ah.
Yeah, that just closed.
Was it COVID?
No, I think it's time to move on. I guess they
go?
sold it.
Ah.
But now Austin is kind of that scene with when Rogan came out there. He just opened up the Mothership, and then you have the Creek and Cave, you have the Vulcan, and you have a great group of young comics and even established comics that are doing time
In Austin?
at least 3 or 4 sets a night. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Chicago's good too, like that. But with Vegas, it's a lot of headliners. So they're not going to hire ham and eggers, or
Yeah.
up and coming comics to keep headlining. So what you do is you'll have them either open for you or middle for you,
Mhm.
where they can get those spots, but they got to bring their A game. You're not going to go to, a major casino club and start working out material.
Because Alonzo Bowden is right outside in the hallway.
Well, yeah.
He will be there.
Well, I mean, again, Alonzo, that's the other difference. When you're in LA and New York, Alonzo's bringing you up or you're bringing him up.
Yeah.
And you got to figure out how to follow that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
He's one of my favorites, man.
Me too. Yeah.
Guy's a genius.
So
We
you-
used to do a show every Tuesday in LA. It was a big show. It was called Dublin's. And Alonzo would always go up at the end. It was Dane. Dane was like the big guy there, but then Alonzo would always close it out and just sit on that stool and do like
That's what he does.
30 minutes.
He
of
riffs
just-
like a jazz
Oh,
musician.
He's great.
Yeah.
I would say him, Ian Bagg, Jimmy Brogan. You know
Yeah,
Jimmy, right?
sure
'Cause
do.
He's your era.
Yes, he is. He's
Who
your
else?
accent, but he's my era.
Butch Bradley. Butch Bradley does great crowd work. Steve Byrne can construct a whole act in the moment. Those guys are great, man.
Yeah. Now you get a chance to see Butch up close and personal if you want
Another
to.
guy, Rick Ingram at the Comedy Store. That kid is just known for criminal. Yeah, me and Butchie work at the same place, but we've been friends forever, man.
Right. But I'm saying if you want to catch his set, it's not hard to do.
No,
You
not
can
at all.
just show up on an off night.
Not at all.
Right?
Yeah. If I'm in town.
Are the crowds different in Vegas depending on the night?
Oh, 100%. Every night's different. That's what I love about it, because they're from everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's not just one demographic. And a lot of times they can get drunk, they get rowdy, so you got to learn to control it. And it's a great place as a headliner to really work.
Has anybody ever crossed that line where you've just been like, okay, we got to get this person out of here because
The staff does a good job of policing it.
They do?
Yeah, there's a difference between heckling and being disruptive.
Yeah.
When you're really disruptive, you're asked to leave.
and rightfully so.
Yeah. I mean, and you see it more and more. And it's funny. It's not the kids. It's people like 40 and up that are acting like this.
Couple beers in them. It's
Dude,
an amateur
they
night.
act crazy. They act crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, is there a region of the country that comes to Vegas and is a little rowdier?
No,
No?
it's all the same.
Canadians, of course, but besides that.
Well, there's you never know where they're coming from.
Yeah.
And it's crazy too. I always tell comics before me, like, don't talk to them up front, because they all want to shout out where they're from or their sports teams or they're getting married or it's a birthday or, and it just popcorns if there's a lot of people in the room.
How much of that is the fact that, again, you had COVID, so you had people watching a lot of comedy on TV. To them, it's almost like they're watching TV when they're there sometimes.
It's just people being drunk and
Yeah. In Vegas, can you imagine?
Yeah, I know.
Hey, so you worked with Artie Lang.
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
On Beer League? Well,
Yeah.
I known Artie a long time, man. And Artie's the type of dude to give you the shirt off his back.
I've heard that.
Great guy.
Yeah.
He's a Jersey guy. We're both Italian and German, so we had that connection. But to me, Artie is, that Beer League is a cult classic.
That's a Comedy Central favorite.
Yeah, Beer League, Grandma's Boy. They're all in that.
I don't know that
genre.
I've seen Grandma's Boy.
With Nick Schwartzen. And,
No.
it's great.
I like Nick.
It's great. It's about video game testers. Jonah Hill's in it.
Oh, it's got to be good then.
Yeah, it's Sandler produced it.
Okay.
But it's one of those like where college kids watched it and quote it,
What's the one with Chappelle that's always on?
Oh, about the weed.
Yeah.
Neil Brennan and directed it and wrote it with him. That's the one and Jim Brewer's in it.
Yes. What is that called? You'd think we'd know this as many times as
What's
it's
it
been
called?
on.
Half Baked.
Half Baked. That's
Half-Baked,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's on all the time. Office Space.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Is that a goal to get
Mike
into
Judge.
for you guys to like get into something that's always going to live forever because it's just got that thing?
I mean, it's like you can't plan on it. I mean, of course, that's everybody wants that. I mean, if people know who you are, then your ticket sales go up.
Right.
That's all that matters.
I remember Harlan Williams telling me, he goes, it doesn't matter what else I do. I did that. And so
Yeah.
because of that, I will always be able to work.
For 26 years, I've been here doing it. And I didn't think I would be a part of something like Cobra Kai. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a cool thing to be a part of.
Yeah. Well,
But you roll the dice you don't really roll the dice. You just go in and then whatever happens. I mean, when you're working your way up, you just take anything and then hope, it keeps going so you can make money and then stay on the road and sell tickets. That's all that matters.
do you like being on the road?
I love it. I always have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a nomadic kid though. Like I went to 15 schools. I always moved around.
Yeah. I watched your more than a few times going into your childhood a little bit. And you and I have a lot of like very similar, because I didn't have a dad around either. Mom was an alcoholic, moved around all the time. You learn to make friends pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, good thing my mom wasn't an alcoholic.
Yeah. Well,
I thank God every day that she was did the right thing and was always, putting us first. But yeah, no, it helps. It helps a lot when you get into comedy. And you know what else helps is sports.
Yep.
If you play team sports, you learn how to take the beating or compete with your friends, so to speak.
Mhm.
Because you get a lot of people that they always have their eyes on someone else's plate, and I've been fortunate enough never to do that.
Because you didn't have to.
Well, it's I was whatever I got, and I got to deal with it.
Yeah.
And comedy is more like golf, where you're competing against yourself.
Mhm.
And I know a lot of my friends that are not good at that. Like they'll see somebody get something and it bothers them, and I'm like, why? What does this got to do with you?
There is a lot of jealousy I've found.
It's more of a competitive jealousy as opposed to I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I've met the comics that are quick to slam another comedian.
They love it.
Yeah.
They love it. And I'm very fortunate that I'm not built that way.
We're all fortunate. Thank you.
Well, no, I'm saying like,
Yeah.
I don't look at what other people have. I never did.
Yeah.
And again, it helps when you grow up with nothing and you're used to just whatever you got, you're thankful for.
Right.
And it doesn't mean that you have to be content. It means more.
Weren't you talking about I didn't even know I was poor? Right.
Well,
at the time you didn't know.
No, I knew.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that's not me.
Oh, okay.
But I've heard a bunch of comics say that.
Yeah,
I know.
I thought you had said that. No,
I know. I knew very
You're
much. So.
very painfully
It's
obvious.
Two of me and my two brothers are in one room.
Yeah.
Sharing couches. That's not the norm. But.
Yeah. Well, I just learned what you could or couldn't buy with food stamps. So there you go. All right, we want to talk about this great TV show of yours that is just got a life of its own. So we'll take a quick break and then Cobra Kai conversation, if you're good with that.
Oh, absolutely.
When we come back.
In times of economic uncertainty and chaos, your money means nothing. You may not even be able to get it from your bank or ATM. And the money you do have in the stock market will go down and down. What you can bank on is gold and silver. Gold and silver have been a reliable and trusted form of currency for thousands of years. Gold and silver have never been worth zero, and typically gold holds its value during economic turmoil. Call the Gold Hotline now and learn how to protect your money and your assets with gold and silver. And learn how to set up a new IRA or roll over your current one into a gold-backed IRA. Protect your money from the next market crash with gold and silver. Call now for your free gold guide.
800-557-7921. 800-557-7921. 800-557-7921. That's 800-557-7921.
Hi there, this is Kirby Schofield with Schofield Realty here in Las Vegas. Real estate is always changing, be it a buyer's market, a seller's market. At Schofield Realty, it's your market. Buying or selling, we have the team and the tools to work the market so it works for you. We are excited that we're on the Wayne Coy Show. Our results blessed us with the Zillow Flex partnership roughly about 2 years ago due to our consistent conversion and customer service scores. With conversion, that means we can close. And with our customer service scores, you know you're going to get the best service possible. We're always looking for agents, led by mentorship, resources, and experience. We are your guide. Find us, kirby4u.com. That's KIRBY, the number 4, the letter U.com. Kirby4u.com or call 702-766-9538. Again, 702-766-9538.
Now back to the Wayne Coy Show.
Well, we'll have to play that in a few minutes. Didn't do what it was supposed to do. Cobra Kai is what we want to talk about with Bret Ernst, who's our guest in studio this evening. Bret, again, thank you for coming by. How did this come about? How did you become Louie? It is now.
How long you been doing radio?
Yeah, 40 years. That's okay. This button. Yeah, like I said, I got your podcast handled for sure. Yeah. No, you know what happened is hang on, watch what'll happen. As soon as I go to hit it. No, it didn't work. All right. The law in radio is as soon as something breaks down and you call the engineer and he comes in to fix it, it will work before he fixes it.
Of course.
That's
how it always works.
Right.
It's like that when you have a girl and you can't find something. She comes in the room, finds it right away.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Just yells it from the other room.
What did I find?
It's in the drawer.
So Cobra Kai, how'd you get in the mix for that?
They just it was I had an audition, but they requested me.
Okay.
And it really did help because I was actually in Asbury Park working that week, and I was doing a theater down there, and I was in New Jersey that whole week, and basically being around everybody that talked that way, I was able to. It was weird. I didn't even look at the audition until I was on the plane because I had to get off. I mean, I read it, and then I was like, this is a show about the Karate Kid, but I didn't know all the details because I was
the
just
backstory.
Yeah, I was just so focused on doing the show on Saturday. So Sunday I read it, and then I had the audition on Monday. So when I got off the plane, I just went right to the studio, and I auditioned, and I had my accent back a little just by being around
so
everybody. It helped a
just
lot.
Coming from there.
And then I was also wearing my buddy owns JR's Bar and Grill in Seaside Heights,
okay.
And I was wearing, the Maruca's Pizza shirt. I just got right off the plane. Went
You
to
were
the
all
audition.
jerseyed out.
And then, I just delivered it normal,
Yeah.
and they just, they liked it, and then you test for it. And then I got it. But I didn't know the full details until I got there. I mean, I learned once I got the role, and I remember showing up on set, and me and Dan Adut, who plays Anoush, my partner at the car dealership, we both get on set, and we had met in passing before because he was a stand-up as well. But we were both like, this is crazy. And then our first scene is when Johnny and Daniel meet for the first time on camera.
Yeah.
At the car dealership.
Which you would have heard here a minute ago.
Oh, was that what you were going to show? That's how you're going to play? Try it.
Part of it. Yeah.
See if you can get it.
Okay. We just rebooted because that's usually the magic of all of this is to reboot. You know what happened is as soon as we turned the camera on, it turned this thing off. So I apologize for that. But yeah, it's in here. It's part of the montage. I spent 20 minutes getting ready for you tonight. And then now I'm disappointed, but let's see. See if we have it. Here we go. Yeah, maybe.
Talking about Jungle Fever, the movie. John Turturro says that to what's his name? The black guy with the tax problems, kills all the vampires. Blade.
I appreciate the parental advice, Louis, but I don't think threatening a teenager is the go-to move here, okay?
Ward. That's the guy you went to high school with, right?
This son of a bitch disrespected our family name.
Louis, relax.
No, don't tell me to relax. I thought this was cute at first. This isn't funny. This is personal. What are we gonna do about this? Oh yeah, we gotta get him a shirt. Means you're part of the team. What else you need? Business cards? Tote bag? How about monogram cufflinks? Hey kid, relax. We're just breaking balls. Look, I get it. I used to be the new guy around here. You're trying to take initiative, get noticed. All right, here's what you need to do. Every Wednesday, someone has to rotate the cars in the showroom. Keep the inventory fresh. Now, you see that Porsche 911 over there? It's a beaut, right? Well, the boss has been wanting to move it up front by the windows. You think he can handle that?
For sure. Yeah, I can do it.
Okay.
Oh, and then of course that didn't go over very well. Yeah.
Well, the first season I was kind of like, the jerk off.
Yeah.
I was getting him in trouble and then finally, season 3, I get to redeem myself
Yeah.
after setting Johnny's car on fire and ratting my cousin out.
Have you found that people? I liked you up on the billboard. I thought that was some good situational acting right there.
Thanks.
Where'd the poop come from? I don't know if they ever answered that. He said, "I step in dog crap." And
Yeah.
he said, "How did dog crap get up here?"
It was a person.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that was the thing.
Radio,
Yeah.
not so quick. Okay, now I get it.
So he was stepping in human crap.
I understand. Okay, so when you got that part and you auditioned, and you said that was the very first scene.
Well, when we were on set and they both showed up, and again, I had met them individually.
Were you tripping? Like,
yeah, I was looking at Dan going, holy, what the. It was surreal. And again, because that movie was such a big part of my childhood.
Sure.
I mean, being an Italian American from New Jersey and then moving to Florida was kind of like the same thing with a single mom. And believe it or not, there was a lot of similarities between Daniel's mom and my mom.
Really?
Yeah. Well, with the whole innocent. Remember when they're pushing the station wagon?
Yeah.
She's like, "Hi, boys," and they're making fun of her, and she don't even realize it.
Right.
That's exactly how my mom would be and is.
Yeah.
Very very naive to situations sometimes.
Sure. I can be that way as well. I think it's a parent thing,
But to be to see that in there and to be a part of it, it was pretty cool, man. And then to be part of that whole canon.
I like how they kind of flipped the script a little bit. I mean, I guess you needed to do that, right? Where, Danny ends up being the man, right? And the guy who you think is going to be, we all root for that, I think. That whoever the homecoming king is, the best athlete in the school,
right?
The best actor in the class, whatever. We just hope that they'll fall down and bruise themselves up a little bit.
Well, the thing that was cool too is now, they were playing it for both sides because now, Daniel is somewhat can be the bad guy or the antagonist without knowing.
Yeah.
And Billy can be the hero or Johnny can be the hero without knowing. And, that it was pretty cool. And I like where it's progressed now.
Yeah. How many seasons? I guess you can't predict that, right?
Well, 6. This is the final one.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I did not know this.
Yeah. So I think they're going to start shooting soon.
But you have no idea what's going to happen. Right?
No, I'm not in the writer's room. I
Right.
wish.
Right.
So I'd suggest I get killed on the show. It'd be great.
Would you like that?
Season, yeah, to go out,
Yeah.
like a savage.
But you wouldn't. You'd fall off the billboard or something.
So yeah, well, I don't know. I just hope I get involved in more of the physical altercations.
But the
now.
thing is, if you get killed off and there's ever a reunion or they bring it back again,
yeah, I guess you're right.
Or
maybe I just get hit by a car because that'd be ironic.
It's temporary.
You know?
Yeah, it would be. It would be very ironic. So what's next for you? I mean, you love stand up, right? I mean,
yeah,
it's always going to be part of your life.
It's my first love. It's my everything's parallel. So, you keep auditioning and if something else comes up, that's great. But stand up is, I just shot a new special March 2nd in New York. I already shot it.
Oh, wow.
I produced it with Pete Davidson. So hopefully we'll find a home for that.
Tell me about him.
Keep moving. Just keep moving forward. Great kid, man.
Is he?
Oh God. What a great guy, man. Really is. Funny kid too.
He seems so aloof. And I'm just like, is that real or,
I don't know. I mean,
what's the movie he made where he's in the basement, which is kind of basically based on his real life?
It's about the Staten Island one.
Yeah.
Staten Island Kings.
Thank you. So our research department.
And then that movie's kind of autobiographical, but the crew of guys that I'm friends with in comedy, from Burr to him to Paul Verzi to Sebastian Maniscalco,
There's a nice guy.
We have a whole great, because we all came up together. But I knew Pete when he was younger. You know what I mean? Because
he's like a kid to you.
Yeah. And he was just always a cool kid, man.
Right.
He really is. He's a great kid, man.
Well, you're blessed with
great man now. He's an adult now, but
sure. And seems to always be in a relationship with somebody.
Well, that's part of his appeal. I mean,
I guess so.
He's that cool.
You've done well in the fact that I think you don't look your age. So you could continue to get parts, I think, for 15, 20 years younger than you really are, which is nice.
Yeah.
Babyface.
But I'll go in for parts that I'm older than, that they think I'm too young for. So, because those older guys, the dad roles and stuff like that, there's a lot of those. Yeah, of course.
You do? You want to be a dad?
I don't care. Yeah, man. I mean, hey, if I can get on another series and stay 3-4 episodes, and
you'd be all about it.
I'll be all about it.
So how does it work? Because you're living in Vegas, performing in Vegas weekly. If you get that job, let's say you got a film, do you just tell the club, hey, I'll be back, but I got to go?
Yeah.
And they're understanding.
Of course, because it feeds each other.
Sure.
So there is that. Well, you were in stand-up too.
Yeah.
There's that. Yeah, that loyalty to a lot of the clubs, and but they understand. I mean, you have to.
Yeah.
Because again, you go away, you come back, and if it's a hit, then it
all that does is help the club.
More seats. Yeah.
Right.
But I've been friends, like the guys that I work with at the LA Comedy Club. I've known them 15 years minimum.
Wow.
And
that's the people at the Strat.
That's the people at the LA Comedy Club at the Strat.
I think when I met you, you were upstairs.
That's when, because they were building the new room downstairs.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a great room.
Really like it a lot. Yeah. So who's coming? Can you give us any kind of hints as to who might be on their way, or do you not?
At the club?
Yeah, or do you not pay attention?
I have no idea.
Do you ever look at the listings and go,
nah,
oh, he's coming?
Well, I mean, a lot of my friends, when they come to town, they'll hit me up. But then a lot of times I'm out of town, because I'm in Boca Raton next weekend. And then the weekend after that, I'm in Arizona. And then the weekend after that, I'm in San Diego.
Whoa.
So, and that's what's great about Vegas. This airport goes everywhere.
That's one of the things we talked about when we decided my wife's company relocated here, and then I lost my gig doing the morning show in the Bay Area. So I was like, well, might as well go to Vegas. Mm-hmm. Well, the beauty is, if you do need to go someplace, you can get there from here. It doesn't matter where it is, right? Anywhere in the world. It's kind of convenient.
It's easy.
Yeah. I mean, even better than LA, I think.
Yeah. LA is, God, that's rough.
Yeah. That's the face you make, by the way.
Oh, it's crazy.
When you park at LAX.
I would, even to get the car, to get your car.
Yeah.
That little tram takes forever. And then you're stuck in traffic going around. I mean, the longest I clocked was 2.5 hours from off the plane to get to my car one time.
That's crazy. Now but you lived there, right? For a while?
I lived there for over almost 20 years. Yeah. I got passed. I was at the Comedy Store in 99. I got passed in 2000. Okay. So that was my home club for 19 years.
Man.
I loved it there, man.
So you would Burbank whenever you could. Right. Everybody I know that's Southern California,
they fly into Burbank
if they can.
If they're coming to Vegas, it's an easier ride.
Is it?
Yeah. Way easier. But if you got the Burbank you don't want to get 2 layovers going to Dallas.
That's the only problem.
So those LAX, those are a lot more directs.
How many friends, says with air quotes, how many people hit you up to say, because you're here now, hey, I was coming, because that happened to us. All of a sudden, people we hadn't heard from in years came out of the woodwork.
My friends, when they perform here, will hit me up. Like Steve Byrne was on at Kimmel's last night, because he does a residency once a week there.
Yeah.
So he'll fly in and do his show. And then I know Burr's coming in town, but I'm out of town. But yeah, I mean, usually they're taken care of.
Yeah, but that's
you're talking about regular friends.
I'm talking about regular friends. Yes.
Yeah, no, they hit me up when they're coming.
Sure, they do.
They're always like, you got any hookups? But they're Italian. That's what we do.
Right.
They'll call you. Italians do that a lot. They'll call you and be like, hey, yo, I'm coming in town. There's like a little game we play, a charade.
Yeah.
It'd be like for tickets.
Sure.
Like they'll call you up and go, hey, how do I get tickets? And that's code for, can you hook me up?
Can you get me tickets?
But then they'll say, I'll buy them. Then it's like, then why are you calling me? Like, did you call Billy Joel when he was in town? You know what I mean? And then you're like, yo, don't worry about it. I'll take care of the tickets. And they're like, I don't need it. And then they come there, and then they'll like overtip, or there's always there's a little charade that goes on. Or they'll buy like $100 in merch.
Just to take care of you?
Just to take care of me, but
you're like, just give me the 100.
Yeah,
they take 20% of this.
Well, then I can't do that because then that makes me look bad.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Hey, how close is Jersey Shore, or was Jersey Shore to?
Not close at all.
No,
no,
that's all caricature.
I mean, those guys are real. They're just club guys. Almost all of the cast didn't even live in New Jersey.
Really?
Yeah.
New Yorkers.
Connecticut, upstate New York, I think, Rhode Island.
What?
They're great kids. I mean, like Paulie D's great DJ. They were, but there was a club scene but that's anywhere.
Sure.
I mean, if you did it in Miami, you could it's the same thing. Clubbing, working out, cologne, gym tan laundry.
I was going to say gym tan laundry, right?
But that was a club scene back then,
Mm-hmm. Where's Joe Rogan from?
Boston area.
Okay. And you did his podcast.
In the beginning, I was there was one time I couldn't make it, and it just went so big. I mean, it's been hard. And now that he's in Austin, so no, I haven't. I've done.
Haven't? Okay.
I mean, he's talked about me numerous times on there.
Sure. But
Joe's a great guy, man. Joe, what Joe has done for comedy and comics is unbelievable. It's probably bigger than when, the Tonight Show, being on the Tonight Show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you get on that podcast, it's bigger than that.
Yeah.
And he's always been comic friendly. Like, I even heard at his club now, he's taking care of them. He has like health insurance programs for them.
Really?
Joe, I mean, again,
well, he comes from there. So,
he from the comedy stand-up world. Yeah. Joe was, at the store there was that 20 years of dark period at the store where nobody came. And Joe, again, was doing all that stuff for the internet before we really even knew what it was going to be.
Yeah.
And, he created another medium, just stratosphere. I think he was listed as one of the most powerful guys in media.
He may be the most powerful guy in media.
And when you meet him, he's just, I mean, when you think of all his accomplishments, I mean, the guy's been the best at everything he's ever tried.
He seems extremely principled too. Like
very disciplined.
Like he's got a belief system. He's got faith, and he's kind of a no BS sort of guy. Like he's real.
He's a very when you're around him, and you forget that this guy was the full contact karate champion. I know he was a world ranked pool player, was on a syndicated show, hosted Fear Factor, then created the podcast. I think, hosted UFC, owns On It. He's just a guy.
He was on Friends too, wasn't he?
No, he was on News Radio.
News Radio. That's right.
Where he had a regular character there, but, and he's an amazing stand-up. And, like I said, he's just, when you talk to him and he's a friend of yours, you forget all that. But, to be around a guy like that is, I was very thankful too to be at the Comedy Store, because, I ended up meeting some of the best guys in stand-up, becoming friends with them.
Didn't Caparulo work there?
Cap was there forever. Cap was a door guy there.
That's what he was talking about.
Yeah, Cap has one of my favorite stories ever.
Okay.
Where he was, I mean, when I tell you, we were all downstairs, and this is when he was working the door.
Yeah.
And he went up in the belly room. And when I tell you, we were in the hallway and we heard him, we didn't know, it was so loud up there. He was killing so hard.
Yeah.
And then he came downstairs and we were like, yo, what, dude, that was amazing. Yeah. And then he goes, yeah, but the toilet overflowed. Did he tell you the story?
Yeah, that he had to go clean up.
He's mopping the floor, and everybody's coming out of the show telling him what a good job he did.
Yeah.
He's like, thanks.
He goes, this is not my pee.
He's like, thanks. Dude, another favorite story of mine is my buddy Sam Tripoli was in the main room one night. And I mean, he crushed, got a standing ovation. But he was a valet at the Standard Hotel across the street. So, and they didn't really dress like valets. They wore regular clothes. So he
didn't have the coats.
Huh? No, well, it was like a trendy place.
Okay.
So he's standing there, and this producer comes up to him and says, "Hey, I saw you last night at the Comedy Store. You were amazing. Here's my card." He's like, "Are you staying at the hotel?" He's like, "Nah, dude, I'm parking
your car."
Then he got the ticket. He ran, and then he gave it to somebody else to pull it around. I have so many of those. Like, I was delivering pizzas at like 32, man.
Really?
Yeah, bro. I remember the first time I was on TV. I did a thing for the Best Damn Sports Show, and
I remember that.
I was waiting to get on or whatever. So
Tom Arnold, right? Wasn't
yeah,
he?
Tom Arnold. There was like a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And who else was? Oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm delivering the pizzas. We were all going to watch it at the pizzeria, and then we were slammed, so I had to deliver the pizza. And I was driving a '97 Ford Escort, and it couldn't make lefts; it would stall out. It's a true story. So if I had to go here, I had to make like 4 rights in order
Just
to get there.
catch up. Yeah.
So I figured, you know what? I'm not going to be able to see it. I bring the pizza to the door. As the guy's opening the door, you see me walking on
From the distance.
from the TV.
Yeah.
And
did you say, "Excuse me, that's me"?
Well, no, he looked at he looked at that and then looked at me, and the look on his face was like, how cool and how disappointing at the same time.
He thought he was being punked, is what happened.
Well, what
right?
I did was I just sat in the living room and watched it with him. He didn't laugh once, and then I just jumped in my car and made like four rights and got out of there. I put all 4 cylinders to the floor.
I love it. Didn't make any left turns.
I had to get out.
All right. Well, we want to come see you again. You're at the Strat. What nights are you there, Bret Ernst?
Every Tuesday and Wednesday at 10 o'clock. Unless there's a scheduling conflict. But yeah, I'm there all the time.
All right. And Cobra Kai, there's still going to be another season.
Right. We start shooting in a couple weeks, or maybe the next 2 weeks. So
don't die.
Nah. Well, now that you said it, yeah, I don't want to now.
I want to see you on the reunion special.
Yeah,
like 20 years from now.
You're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you got to do those. Okay. Well, please come back, would you?
Absolutely.
I mean, you're my neighbor now. So,
yeah.
All right.
If it's open door, I'm in.
Yeah. Anytime, any place, anywhere. Okay. Thank you, sir.
No, thank you, buddy.
Bret Ernst.
Hi there. This is Kirby Scofa Realty here in Las Vegas. Real estate is always changing. Be it a buyer's market, a seller's market. At Scofa Realty, it's your market. Buying or selling, we have the team and the tools to work the market so it works for you. We are excited that we're on the Wayne Coy Show. Our results blessed us with the Zillow Flex partnership roughly about 2 years ago due to our consistent conversion and customer service scores. With conversion, that means we can close, and with our
You see what I'm saying? It's bad, but it's good. It's good, but it's bad, but it's AI. So I don't know. I'm afraid, I think. I literally am afraid of where this is going because it's already pretty good. Did you hear the McCartney thing that we played for you, which was somebody took Paul McCartney's voice, threw it into AI, and then they did the Cars' Best Friend's Girl with Paul singing it. And about every 30 seconds or so, you go, wow, that sounds like McCartney. Most of the time it sounds bad, but if they can get that close this early on in the game, it's like all the deep fakes and everything. I think we're in for some crazy times. Speaking of, we're going to finish with crazy time. And then flew into a tree.
We were standing outside chilling, and I thought I was bugging. I said, yo, they go peacock. And that's when we all, started filming it. Then it just started running up the hill towards traffic. So, we had to try to keep the birds safe. We chased them all the way in. I trapped them inside the gate. We got tied in the gate. And then he tried to pet me and just grabbed my pants. Then it flew in the tree. I didn't know they'd fly.
I didn't know they flew either. But what's kind of funny about the whole thing, and maybe you caught that, is he wasn't doing anything. He was just bugging. And all of a sudden, there goes a peacock. Hey, you're going to have a good weekend. I know it. I can see it from here. It's on the horizon. And sorry for the Golden State Warriors fans. That's the first thing, by the way, Bret said to me when he came into the station tonight. It's like, hey, man, how you doing? Warriors lost. What? And they did. So a Game 7 coming up against those, who would have thunk it, Sacramento Kings. I didn't see that coming. Now, Bret was saying that, they're a pretty good team, and I think he's of the mind that they earned the right to be there, and now they're showing you why. So who am I to argue? Except for a Warriors fan. I know Steph Curry was upset because he didn't want to play that early. He felt it wasn't fair that most of their fans were just getting off of work, and that means the arena wouldn't be completely full when they tipped off. And he was right. So maybe that had something to do with it. If that's the case, how dare you do my Steph Curry that way? I don't know. And NFL draft continues, so we'll watch that here for the next couple days. Raiders looking okay, I think, so far. And you're looking great. We'll talk to you Monday night at 7. Thanks again to Bret for being here, Mike the actor, and, of course, the commish, Ian Coy, for giving us the rundown on the draft. See you Monday.
Hi there, this is Kirby Schofield, Schofield Realty here in Las Vegas. Real estate is always changing. Be it a buyer's market, a seller's market, at Schofield Realty, it's your market. Buying or selling, we have the team and the tools to work the market so it works for you. We are excited that we're on the Wayne Coy Show. Our results blessed us with the Zillow Flex partnership roughly about 2 years ago due to our consistent conversion and customer service scores. With conversion, that means we can close. And with our customer service scores, you're going to get the best service possible. We're always looking for agents, led by mentorship, resources, and experience. We are your guide. Find us, kirby4u.com. That's KIRBY, the number 4, the letter U.com. kirby4u.com, or call 702-766-9538. Again, 702-766-9538.
KSHP North Las Vegas 107.1 FM 1400 AM K29 6HP North Las Vegas and online at kshp.com. The world famous radio shopping show weekday on 1400 KSHP North Las Vegas and kshp.com.
You're listening to the Sports Byline USA Broadcast Network.
USA News. I'm Ryan Daniels. If